Custom website design costs. Why the heck should a small to medium-sized business owner be spending $8,000 to $20,000 on a new website? So we work with over 100 businesses across the United States. Our company does SEO websites, Google ads, all that good stuff for businesses. And so often we get calls from business owners who are looking to, yeah, I said it, save money on a website. Why is this a mistake to have saving money be your number one goal when getting a website built? So, and before I forget, if you want us to put together a free web design consultation for your business, a free web design mock-up where we'll actually give you a homepage mock-up of your website, we'll give you a consultation too if you're lucky. But go to smbteam.com, okay, and submit your information and just say free web design mock-up, and I guarantee you won't regret it. But back to the content, why is it so important to actually spend some shekels on a good website? Number one is if you actually have this vision in your head of ranking within the top 3 on Google Maps, which if you're a small to medium-sized business and you serve a local market, that should be your number one goal, because the organic section of Google is getting really, really competitive with lead aggregators and third-party websites that have really high domain authorities. So your number one goal should be, how can I get in the top 3 on Google Maps, okay? That is why this is so vitally important. So rather than us tell you right now that a lot of these websites are custom built that are within the top 3 on Google Maps, okay, there is a tool that you can use, which is called BuiltWith, okay, BuiltWith, builtwith.com. And you do your own research, okay? You look up on your own time, type in builtwith.com, go to Google Maps, type in the keyword that you want to show up in the top 3 for, find the websites, click on the people who are showing up in the top 3's websites, put their URL in the builtwith.com, and it will literally tell you what their website is built on. Now, I don't talk down on any companies out there that provide cheap websites to people, because some people don't have the money to spend on a website, on a good, well-ranking website. But most times, unless it's some obscure niche with no traffic, you are rarely going to find a website in the top 3 on Google Maps for your niche, especially if it's a competitive local niche. You are rarely going to find a website built on Wix or these other cheap, quick, even like the monthly subscription plan websites where you pay nothing up front, and it seems like, how the heck am I paying this little for a website? Well, go and see. Do your own research on builtwith.com, because the ultimate goal here, the reason this is so important, is you want leads. You want business from your website. And even if your intention isn't to generate leads through Google Maps, okay? Every one of your potential customers or clients, what do you think? Do you think they go to your website at some point in their decision-making process? Yeah, 9 times out of 10, yeah. Even if you're buying leads from third-party sources, even if you're using separate landing pages, even if you're, you have this one lead generation system that works so well, and I don't need a good website because I get it all through this one source. Well, what if that one source gets shut down, A, but B, what about all the people you're not getting as customers or clients because when they go to visit your website, it looks like trash, or it looks like just like every other website in your market? So there's 2 reasons this is important. Ranking high on Google to get leads, okay? And then brand support, as we call it. Brand support means you're paying all this money to generate leads, even from live events, okay? And then people go and do research on your company and they see a crappy templated, cookie cutter website. So that's really, really important for you to think through. No matter what you think, your customers are going to your website before they decide to work with you, okay? So avoid the website horror stories, okay? The website horror stories always start with a tale a story of someone who tried to save money on their website from the get-go. So use builtwith.com. Look at those top 3 search results. The main thing before I pass it over to Dave that really kind of pisses me off about these templated websites is you just don't have control, right? That's really what it comes down to. When you're using a small company's CMS or like a CMS, a content management system that doesn't allow you to make granular specific changes on your website, you're out of luck, because it's all about the inches. Okay, it's all about the inches on your website. I should actually change that. It's actually all about the micro inches. I don't even know if that's a thing, but it's about the tiniest of tiny things. And when you have we always recommend using WordPress. When you have a WordPress website, okay, it allows for such granular changes to be made to your website that actually allows you to do conversion rate optimization, so that when you find out, oh, this one page is getting us 10 leads a month and it just has this one little different feature on it, you can go implement that feature on the other pages of your website without a problem. So there's tons of things. I'll let Dave go in. He has a couple points that he's going to go through regarding why to not try and save money on your website. Dave?
Yeah, so we got a few points here. The most important things to keep in mind when you're investing in a custom built site, not only do you want to make sure that you have these points, but you also want to make sure that you have ownership of the site. So we're going to go over a few of these points. The first being is that make sure that you're getting a custom built site. So like Bill was saying with the cookie cutter site, you don't want to be like everybody else. You want to have a site that's customly built to be a site that you love and also obviously your customers love. So make sure that you're getting things like different mock-ups, whether that's the home page of the internal pages of your website, because the company that you're working with should be sending you these different mock-ups so you can give feedback for them to then go back and then actually make those changes. So it's optimized for conversions, meaning...
And before I forget, make sure what Dave's talking about here is very important. I want you to test us out for free, okay? Just go to smbteam.com, submit your website URL. If you don't have one, just tell us your name, your number, your email, and then just say free web design mockup. We will literally enable our web designer here and create a PDF of what your new website design could look like. You could take it, you could go hire a freelancer to implement it, but you'll probably want to work with us, but maybe not. That happens quite often. So take advantage of that, Dave. Sorry
definitely.
To interrupt.
Yeah, no, definitely. So that's very important, because as you get these different mock-ups, you can then see which version you like the best, give feedback, and then the designer should be able to go back and make those changes. The next thing that's most important is making sure that your website is built out for mobile friendliness from the user perspective. So almost 80% or more of traffic these days is coming from a phone. And when these people are searching on their phone, you want to make sure that it's very easy to use from a mobile device. Because if they're not able to easily navigate and click around on your website to either learn more information, fill out a form, give you a call, they're going to go find one of your competitors. So that's something very, very important to keep in mind.
And a point on that is the way you, as I'm assuming you're a business owner or marketing director, the way a savvy internet shopper shops is not always the way that a immediate need shopper shops, quote unquote. So most of our clients are so, like, when they get a website with us, they're so hung up on how it looks on desktop, right? But what we try and sell them is on the opposite, is not sell them, but educate them on is the opposite, is that mobile layout needs to be so perfectly set up, and then let's focus on desktop, because 80% of your traffic, depending on the niche, I mean, it could be 50% in some niches, it could be 80% in others, but a large portion of your traffic is going to be on the mobile device.
Yeah, and the important thing to keep in mind here is the device type matters. You should not be focusing just on one device. You should be optimizing for both mobile and for desktop. for your consumers and your customers. So,
Yep.
and the next most important thing to make sure that you have ownership of your site is make sure that you have ownership of your hosting. So no matter where your website is being hosted, there's a number of different hosts. We'll put some links in there to show you some hosts that we use. But the most important thing is that you have that account under your name, under your email. You have that ownership of that hosting account for your website. That way you have complete ownership of it.
And quick point there, we actually just changed our hosting provider for our own website, and it literally cut, I think, 4 seconds of load time off of some pages on our site in seconds.
Sure.
So if you're interested in figuring out what that hosting platform is that we just switched to, go to smbteam.com, submit your information, and we'll throw that piece of that little gem into your free web design mockup.
Yeah, exactly. And even from an ethics perspective, you want to make sure that whoever you're working with doesn't own your hosting. I mean, we've seen horror stories ourselves of different companies that would hold their websites hostage if they ever want to go with a different marketing company. So you want to make sure that you have complete ownership of your hosting. Okay. And the next point is more so for when you're building your website, it should be built out with SEO in mind. And when I say that, there's a number of different things. So there's all the technical SEO, like your title tags, your meta descriptions, and like Bill was saying, how fast your website is loading. Everything should be taken care of throughout the development process. And whoever you're working with should be really leading you in a direction of what makes the most sense from an SEO standpoint, meaning, hey, if you have different services that you offer and specialize in, you should break them out internally in different internal pages, because that's really how Google is going to scan and rank your website, is by the internal pages and the keywords that you have within those. And we'll get a little bit into the keywords in a second. That really comes down to the copy. And they should be doing a keyword analysis to make sure that you have the right keywords within your written content.
Yeah.
Google loves long content, so we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah, and the make or break thing there is, again, if oh man, makes my blood boil when I sense a business owner is going, I'm too busy to get my website done. Let me just hire someone and do it cheap, and I'm busy, right? Okay, so you're busy. I get it. Okay, but these things that Dave's talking about regarding keywords, okay? If you were just to go, throw money at a wall, like a couple $100 a month, or try and save money with your website, just go, oh, take care of it for me. I'm too busy, okay? 99% of the time, you are going to have the wrong keyword strategy on your site, which even if the website was set up on a good hosting and a good CMS and, didn't have heavy images on it, loads fast, you have the wrong keywords on it. What the heck? Like, you can have backlinks, you can have authority, and you just have the wrong keywords. If you just say, I want the cheapest possible option, build me a website, and you're, for example, let's say a personal injury lawyer, and you think, well, they're just going to put the word personal injury lawyer on my website. That's fine, right? Google's going to know. No, that's not fine. Personal injury lawyer, just go on Google, okay? Type in a keyword like that. Think of the keyword that relates to your niche. The highest traffic keyword, what we call bucket terms, okay? Think of the bucket term for your niche, okay? Go to Google and type it in, and then scroll down and see what shows up on the first page of Google, okay? Guarantee beneath that map section, you're going to see huge websites showing up with really high domain authority. So if you try with a brand new website to go after the keywords that companies that have been around for 15 years with their websites have been doing, with consistent blog posts, weekly, daily, whatever, you're going to fail. The only opportunity with SEO nowadays is in those long tail keywords, which can also be higher value potential customers or clients for you, right? So for the example of a personal injury lawyer, it would be smarter for a personal injury lawyer to include long tail keywords like truck accident lawyer, truck crash lawyer, semi-truck wreck, these niche phrases that are less inundated with the mass advertisers and third-party lead gen companies that are inundating the first page of Google. If you're a contractor, Home Advisor, right, is like the top 3 SEO results. You are not going to outrank home advisor, for roofing company keywords. These healthcare ones like dentist near me. If you're trying to rank for dentist near me, like, you're probably going to be in trouble. You'd be much better going after Invisalign keywords, right? And this critical thought has to be put in advance. And by working with a high-touch company, you are going to have people slow you down and say, whoa, I know you're a dentist, I know you want this, but let's talk about within your budget what you can actually get results, leads, and customers, patients, clients, whatever your niche is, what's going to actually get you results.
Exactly, and build those pages for those niche specific keywords like Invisalign.
Good job.
You know what I mean? And exactly, and for those internal pages, you have the keyword and different variations of the keyword Invisalign throughout your long-term content.
What a point.
Yeah. So that's really important, is to make sure that as your website's being developed, that they have some sort of knowledge of SEO and it's being built out with that in mind.
Yep.
And the next point is going to be that you want to work with a CMS that Bill keeps bringing up, like WordPress, that's built to resist breaking over time. So we use WordPress, and we use for our page builder, it's called Divi Builder. And the reason we do that is because they should have great customer support, so you could always call them if you need help. They could help you out with if anything breaks on your site or isn't working properly. But the more important thing is that it's consistently being updated, because what we see happening, if like Bill was saying in the beginning, if you go out and get an inexpensive website that's just thrown up with a builder that isn't well known, what could happen is something can break on the site, something stops working, whether it's a link breaks, and then you have to pay thousands of dollars to get it fixed, and then it becomes a money pit, which is what you want to avoid.
Which is funny, right? Because this happens to people who try to save money.
Yeah.
Okay? So your goal is to save money, and you end up long-term, like, screwing yourself. Screwing yourself, because when the website breaks, and believe me, it will, there's algorithm changes constantly happening. The cheaper the website builder you use, the less forward thinking the platform will typically be, and adaptive, right? It'll be less adaptive to algorithm changes. Then just for the sake of time, why don't we move on to the copy portion?
And the last point that we want to touch on is something for the copy. So this kind of expands on the points that we were talking about with the specific keywords. So as you're getting copy, you should be getting a keyword analysis to make sure that you're putting in the right keywords. Whether they're niche specific keywords, like we were talking about, if you're a lawyer, everyone loves car accident cases and personal injury. So you should be having different variations of car accident keywords throughout your long content. And you should really be writing, like I said, Google loves long form content, so you should be writing at least around 1,000 words per page.
And that's for niche keywords, right? If you're trying to rank for an example again is personal injury lawyer, dentist near me, these need to be power pages nowadays, and that's 3,000 to 10,000 words to rank on page 1 of Google for these high traffic terms.
And the reason for that being is it actually gets to expand your keyword reach. So when people are typing in all these different variations of car accident keywords, just for our example, what will happen is Google will scan that page of your site while they'll scan thousands of other websites in your area, and then they'll see, oh wow, you have an actual page dedicated just to car accidents, and you have all these different variations of keywords. This is a legitimate site, and then that's when they pop you up in the map pack.
Right.
So they scan, they make sure you have all those keywords. That's why the long written content is so valuable.
Great point.
And the most important thing, or another important point, is to make sure that this copy is written. It's almost like a sales written copy to really convert a prospect into an actual lead.
Oh my God! It's like when you see websites that say the call to action on the website is contact us. Like that makes me want to puke. I mean, contact us. Jeez. Okay. One of the things that needs to be clear on every website, okay, is what is the desired outcome? And it's not going for the jugular. It's not get them to buy
gaining
everything.
Trust. It's
right.
gaining trust.
It's not buy our product. No. If you're a lawyer, it's get a free consultation. If you're a dentist, it's get a free initial evaluation. It's if you're a website design company like us, it's get a free web design mock-up, which you saw me do it in this video. I'm clear with the intention of our video. Our intention is to give you valuable information and to help you. The call to action here is for you to get a free web design mock-up from us, right? I can't be any more clear about that. I'm not asking you to buy our websites. I'm asking you to let us get you a free web design mock-up. Is that happening on your website? Okay? Where you're just given a free value add of some sort where someone feels like they're getting a deal. Yeah, I'll take advantage of that. That's the level of anxiety that should be felt by the people on your website. Not much, right? So they shouldn't feel like they're committing to something huge. It should just be like, yeah, I'll take that. That's a good deal. Yeah. Like, that's it. Most people try to sell them on this huge theoretical, we're the best with all these credentials, when you would have probably been better off replacing all that with, hey, just submit your information, we'll get back to you. Free, and then with a clear call to action. Free consultation, right? Super simple.
Just having that intention behind it, exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, the last point, we could talk about this all day, but for time's sake, the last point for us is going to be, you want to make sure that it's written to match your brand's voice. Yep. So this is going to be different for everybody, right? It depends on who your target market is. You know your target market better than anyone, and you want to make sure that you're speaking to that market throughout your copy. So that's going to be the last important point.
Yeah, I can already hear you guys watching this right now going, brand voice, because most of our clients are service-based companies. They think, oh, what do you mean, man? I'm just a dentist, or what do you mean, man? We're just a law practice. What do you mean? We're just a construction company. Okay, well then be just that and see how successful your marketing is. You need a unique selling proposition nowadays, and even if that's just given out through little design vibes that you give off, so important. Just stop avoiding this thing and thinking that you're just an order-taking service provider if you're in the service niche. So in summary, I have a couple other things we didn't hit on that I want you to avoid as risks of saving money on a website. Number one, I didn't pronounce it right. Adaptability to algorithm changes. So being able to adjust to algorithm changes is very important, and you can't do that with a clunky, cheap content management system for your website. Site speed changes. You can't be victim to a cheap CMS, content management system, okay? If your website's loading slow, you need to be able to log right into WordPress or at least have someone like us or a freelancer go and make those immediate fixes because they can go right to the root cause, okay? It allows you to better integrate with your content marketing strategy, meaning if you offer free ebooks, you can in a more custom fashion integrate those into pages on your website with form submissions. And then the second point, which ties into that, is CRM integration, okay? WordPress is one of the most integrative platforms for websites. That's why we always recommend WordPress as the content management system, because it has so many integrations. It's so seamless for you to integrate it to your customer relationship management CRM system. Dave talked about responsiveness and the ability to make granular changes to responsiveness. And we talked about SEO optimized copywriting, but we're going to finish this video off with one thing. Regardless of whether you decide to do the cheapest website in the world or, get an actually nice website that ranks on Google Maps or an SEO for you or pulls in great leads through Google Ads because the pages are so sleek and conversion optimized. One thing, man, don't do is do not give up ownership of your website. Do not give up ownership of your website, okay? Don't do it. If you have any uncertainty, we have another video on this, the importance of owning your website. Just look on our YouTube channel for it. If you have any uncertainty as to whether or not you own your URL, okay, you own your hosting, okay, you own your content, okay, and your content management system, if you have any questions about that, there's probably something going on. Either that or you're not experienced, which is fine. Either way, what we want you to do as a first step is get a free web design mock-up, homepage mock-up from our design team sent to your email inbox so you can see what your new website could look like. Okay. Secondly, if you want us to find out whether you own your website, if you feel like this uncertainty around it, then also go to SMB team, that's small medium business team.com. We have examples of websites we built on there and everything. And we will find out whether you own your website or not. Now, we're a marketing company, so we know ways around these marketing contracts that people give about owning your content, owning your website. We can usually get around it. So if you want us to solve that for you, go to smbteam.com as well. I hope you found value in this video. Thank you, Dave, for contributing. And we look forward to providing you more value. If you found this video valuable to you, then please share it with someone else. If you're a business owner, I'm sure you have another business owner in mind who would, who needs to be kind of knocked in the head on the realities of what they need to spend on a website. Number 2, subscribe to our channel, please. Then you'll get real-time updates when we provide more valuable information like this. Number 3, like our video, please, because that lets us know what content people are vibing with the most. And lastly, shoot us a comment below with anything we can improve on or things that you want us to create other videos on that'll help you grow your business. So thank you so much for your time, energy, and attention, and stay great.